All right, y'all. Finny Prince right back at y'all, man. Listen, important video, very vital information if you're thinking about getting into DTF. All right, if you're thinking about getting into DTF, this is very important information that you need to understand. All right, it's three positions, it's three levels, and maybe even more. But I'm about to give you these three levels of, or three positions of DTF. And what's happening is that a lot of people are getting into DTF and they really just in the wrong position. Either they don't have the equipment for the position that they're in, or they have too much equipment for the position that they're in, or they just don't have the clientele for the position that they're in. So these three positions that I'm about to explain to you will help you know if you're getting into this thing, where did you want to be, and where you at now, where you getting into it at, what kind of equipment you need, or if you need any equipment at all. So I got a quote yesterday. Someone asked me for a quote yesterday on 300 shirts, and this is how I was going to explain it to you. Okay. He asked me about 300 shirts. Now, this person is in position one who's asking me this. He's in position one. He's calling me about transfers only. He has a heat press. Position one has a heat press. Okay. They want position one wants transfers, 300. You got to do a 300 shirt job. He wants transfers for those 300 shirts. Now, he called me position two, who, I have a L1800, a very low tier. Really, the printer really shouldn't, like, the lowest tier of printer you should be buying right now is like that P 5000. Or if you look at what's my brother now? I always forget the brother's name, man. Brother Ernest, I think it's Brother Ernest. But he's selling the printer right now for about 4,500, 5,000, something like that. But that's the lowest tier. That's the lowest tier you should be operating at if you're trying to sell DTF transfers, or even just trying to print them for yourself. The lowest tier should be that P5000 or P6000. That Epson. If you look it up, you'll find it. I may be giving you the wrong numbers, but it's like 50,000, 5,000, something like that. But it only costs, converted. I think Ernest is selling them for, Brother Ernest selling them for 5,000 around there. And you may can find you some and convert them yourself and save you a little bread. But anyway, okay. He's calling me because I have built a reputation for having transfers. This is a repeat customer I've sold transfers to before, when I was it was small enough for me to print myself. Now I don't really print no more. I don't really print no more. I think I'm about to turn mine into sublimation machines. But I print if it's necessary, you know what I'm saying? But right now I'm not trying to print transfers to sell no more. All right. And so I'm about to middleman. And so that's position two, the middleman. But the middleman has these certain things. Position one only has a heat press. All right. But he has picked up an order. Don't have no equipment to print. The middleman, part two, is the middleman who has built up a reputation for printing, may have a small printer to print, but 300 may be out of the range of level two. All right, the middleman. So what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to middleman that order. Okay, and I'm going to take that order and I'm going to take it to position three. Okay, somebody who has an industrial machine or have several industrial DTF machines, wide format, that's printing these things out on the road, that's printing all day, every day. They have built up a clientele for printing these things. This ain't just somebody who just got no machine. All right, this is somebody, I'm dealing with people that have been doing this, and this is pretty much all they do. All right. This is all they do is print DTF transfers. They pretty much probably ain't even got time to do anything else outside of keeping those machines running. Especially when you got 10 machines, you got to babysit. You rolling. All right, you are rolling when you got that. You got 10 computers connected to each of these machines, man. You rolling, trust me. So that's position 3. Okay, they have industrial machines, not one. They got a couple of different industrial machines, and they're taking orders from all over the place. They working from sun up, sundown. And that's pretty much all they doing. You know what I'm saying? They running their business like that. If you're a DTF printer and you're inspiring to just sell transfers, that's the position you want to get to, but you have to have the clientele first. All right, you have to build the clientele first. So if you just jumping in and you buy a $20,000 machine, or you buy two $20,000 machines, $16,000 machine, with the whole setup, with the whole cabane, powder shaker, and all of that. If you don't have the clientele, you're going to ruin that printer. And those print heads on those machines are very expensive. All right, they start getting expensive when you get to the bigger printers. When they have, 8 different colors, 10 different colors, 12 different colors that you can play with. Those print heads gonna cost $4,000, $3,000, $2,000. Like, them print heads gonna cost thousands of dollars. And if you're letting that machine sit and you're going through those print heads, you're going to lose a ton of money letting that machine sit. So you just don't jump into it. You used to can just jump into it because it wasn't that many people doing it. But man, this thing is, it's getting a little flooded. You know what I'm saying? And it's a competitive market, but locally people don't know. People don't, people just gonna come to your shop. And but you need a shop. You need to be good. Like, you need to be set up for those big machines. You really can't even put those things in your house. People do it, but they really shouldn't even be in your house, man. Those things, they can be dangerous too, man. Them things can burn up. You gotta watch those things. Anyway, and you gotta get those fumes and stuff out. All right. So that's position 3, is the one manufacturing the transfers. Now, we got an order of 300 shirts coming from position 1, coming to me, position 2. And he wants a quote. I quote him at around $1,500 for the 300 shirts. Okay. Now, position 1 sees the $1,500. He got 300 shirts. He's saying, oh, okay, well, that's $5 per shirt, per print on each shirt. He asked $2 for that for the shirt. That's $7. Let's say he's charging $12. Let's say he's charging $12 for the shirts, okay? Which leaves him $5 profit. Because he's paying me $5 per print, right? And he has to pay the t-shirt people $2 per shirt, okay? So that's $7 per shirt that is costing him. He's making, he's selling them for $12 a shirt. That's $5 he's made per shirt, okay? Times 300, that's $1,500. That's position 1, who only has a heat press. Position 1 only has a heat press. He's making $1,500 on 300 shirts, which should take him 3 to 4 hours to press. So in a half of a work day, he's made $1,500 just with a heat press and getting middleman. Okay. Now the middleman, me, okay, he's making $1,500. Me, I'm gonna get the prints for $1,100. Okay, the $1,100 is gonna charge me to get. That's my cost. Once he gives me the $1,500, I spend $1,100 on transfers from position 3. Okay, position 3, who's printing the transfers out. He gives me the transfers. I ship them out to him. I've made $400. Okay, just off of my reputation. And, maybe even setting up the gang sheet for him. Okay. And I'll get those things shipped directly to him. All right. So I've made $400, and I pretty much ain't do nothing. But I have built a reputation for having transfers. So that's position 2. I've made $400. Position 1 made $1,500. He's got to sell. And then you have position 3, who's made $1,100 just printing those 300 sheets out that we need, or 300 designs out that we need. Okay. So he's made $300. How long does it take for a machine to print out 3? That might take a day on one machine, but if you run it on 2 machines, 3 machines, and see, that's what I'm saying. That's why, you can't be on one machine. Somebody come in with 300, that might take all day. That might be your whole day. And that's why you have to have multiple machines if you're gonna play at position 3. Okay. You need you because orders will come in like that, thousand designs, 300 designs. If you're at that price point where that middleman can make some money, and he can make some money off of that position 1, you know, people gonna be calling. People gonna be calling once they know. And I've given y'all some of these plugs, man. Y'all go back and watch these videos, man. For those who watch, y'all, you can go eat. You can go eat, build your reputation up for having these transfers, and even advertise that you have these transfers. And you can middleman this thing if you find a company that's at the right price point. All right, $5 for a transfer to do for each shirt. Man, listen, even if I was position 1, I wouldn't be mad at that. Okay. The great thing though about being at position 3, okay, and being the manufacturer of those prints, if position 3 had got the order himself or herself, they could have printed those things out and pressed them themselves. So, let's say, each print cost them $1. That's $300. Then they paid $200 for the shirts. That's $500. What else? What else is there? That's it. $500. And they selling them for 12 each. What's that? 3,600. And so they made $3,100 and maybe, possibly a day. Possibly in a single day. Because if they have multiple machines, they can print those. They maybe can get those 300 prints out within, if they got it on 3 machines, they can probably get it out within an hour. And then they can press them. They can press them for 3-4 hours, and they've made $3,100. Okay. And so this is how you can make, but you got a lot invested in. You got a building, you got multiple machines, you got $70,000, $80,000 worth of equipment in there. So you got a lot invested in to do that. But that's the money that's there, and those are the 3 positions. Okay. You don't have to jump into this game with trying to get one of those big old machines. You could jump in with, you already probably got a heat press. If you're watching this, you can jump in with just a heat press and start doing these people orders. But if you don't have, because a lot of times when you have a shop, man, people be wanting their stuff like, you have to get these folks, you have to give yourself 7 to 10 business days if you're going to middleman. But if you're not, and even if you don't have the equipment, again, you got to get yourself 7 to 10 days because you got to wait on these folks to ship it to you. You probably could next day it, on an order like that, you could probably next day it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be worth it. It'll be worth the $70, $80 or whatever they charging to next day it. You can take that loss when you have that kind of profit margin of $1,500 for a person with just a heat press, or even me, if I wanted to give it to them the next day, or if I wanted to give them, or if I wanted to add something to that order and ship it the next day, I ain't really, I'm just making money. I ain't, the middleman, me, level 2, I'm just making bread. I could charge that, and then send it, especially if I don't want him to have the plug. If I want to be, make sure that he don't get that plug and he just make sure he come to me, I can ship it here next day. I take the $80 hit and put my label on there and ship it to him through me. And it'll look like I did it. This the game, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This the game, okay? And so just understand those 3 levels. Understand where you're at in this market. If you're brand new to this market, man, do not run out there and try to get no darn big old machine. All right, you can get the lowest tier. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend the lowest tier either. You got to, to get in now, man, you got to spend some money, man. You got to spend 7-8K to get in now. comfortably and to be able to compete a little bit, man, you need a two-head. You need a two-head machine, man, even at the lowest tier now, because especially if you don't have the business, you still can get on like SD and Shopify where folks are selling transfers and you can undercut some of those folks. You know what I'm saying? But because some of them folks are trying to do that with a darn A3 Prestige, man, don't, man, stay away from the machines, man. Stay away. And if y'all really want one, man, I got, you know what I'm saying? I whiff you one up. I whiff you one of mine. I got two L1800. I whiff you one of them. You know what I'm saying? I need to put it on eBay or something.
I know.
I keep one. Like I said, I think I'm just gonna turn it into a sublimation machine, but I don't even know about that because people in sublimation, man, the only thing really jumping in sublimation is those full shirts. I know people selling cups and tumblers and making all this stuff, man, but how much money, how many people asking for tumblers? Hey, man, I need 100 tumblers. But some people, like if you get into those government contracts and stuff like that, people need those tumblers at that level. But if you're not legitimizing your business, man, I had a buddy, man, he made like 15,000 on a government contract doing mugs. But you gotta legitimize yourself, get your paperwork together, man. Start thinking like a business and start thinking corporately and how you represent and how your company represents. Even if you in a garage, you know what I'm saying? You could still, legitimize yourself, get you a good website and get on Google and build you get your duns and all of that stuff, man, and start building your business credit and so forth. That's what a lot of people doing. They buying these machines, off their business credit and taking these risks, with somebody else's money rather than you do it with your own. But a lot of us, like myself, I do it with my own money. So we take these risks. And if these things ain't going the way they need to go, then, you in trouble. You took the risk. But that's all I wanted to give y'all, man. Those 3 different levels for you to understand. And it's money at each level. It's money at each level. But how much you want to work? How much do you want to work? And how much clientele? Because that big manufacturer who built themselves up like that, it took some work, man. It don't happen overnight. It take advertising. It take, doing TikToks and and I got to get better. I got to get better coming up here and talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? To even, increase. And I got to get something for y'all. I got to get something. I've been digitizing, man, but I want to do that for y'all? I don't even like doing it for myself. I don't like doing it for myself. But I may start taking a few people, man, and just, if you wanted something digitized, I'd do something small. And I let y'all send it in through email or logo or something in through email. Digitize it, stitch it out, and then send it to you. I may start doing something like that. Y'all hit the comments. Y'all think that's a good idea. Anyway, I hope this thing was edifying. Listen, this was some good knowledge, some good information. Which point do you want to be? Do you want to be the level 1 with the heat press and you buying your transfers? Then, or you could be level 2. You because I'm buying transfers anyway, so I can always show you transfers being pressed down. And hey, listen, man, I got these transfers, so and so and so and so. I just haven't had time to, set that up. But I may set that up when I find a good plug with the right price. I might set that up. Set that up. Well, I ain't printing nothing. I'm just middleman because I done found somebody with the right price, with that Wheel of Fortune. So y'all take y'all spin which slot y'all want to be in. All right, Finny Prints out. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all sub. Share this video, man. And but hold on to that information. Hold on to that information because I hate to talk about the streets like that, but in the streets, you never give up your plug. You just never give up your plug. I'll get it for you. You need some transfers? Let me get it for you. I'll get it for you. You don't have to turn down that money. Hey, you sell transfers? You got somebody that want to do the order they sell? Let them do it. Just take the little $300-400, couple or $100 or $50, whatever it is, you can make a little money off of it and play it like that, man. Everybody can't, we can't do it all. Especially if you got embroidery and you got you doing business cards and you're doing posters and all this other stuff. sometimes sub that stuff out, sub those banners out. Even my banners and postcards and business cards, I sub all that out. Sub all that out to a company. They ship it to me. I ship it to them. I give it to them. I ain't sitting up there printing that stuff. But I do advertise that I do it though. You know what I'm saying? So if people ask, oh, hey man, I need those big cards. Oh, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really doing it. But to the next one, y'all. We'll see you. Peace out.